Hey, Natsu here. Today I'm going to do part 1 of what if Deku had the phoenix fruit. In the last part we ended it right well before the entrance exam, with Bakugo being able to use 10% and can go up to 15% with One for All. Basically meaning he doesn't have Black Whip yet. Deku, with the Phoenix Fruit, can basically, well, thanks to the basically Zenkai that every Zoan fruit has, since it was explained multiple times in One Piece that after every fight, a Zoan fruit user becomes stronger depending on how badly they were hurt and how they recover. So basically, if that's not the Zenkai, I don't freaking know what it is. His flames cannot burn like in One Piece. So for everyone who asks, can you make his flame burns, or can you make him able to find a way for his flame to burn? No, he will not. The way it works is that they cannot burn. It will not burn. Sorry if I sound angry about that. It's just that, like, 5 people asked me that. Actually, 6. And I think more than half erased their comments. And I think all of them basically after I literally wrote, no, he won't. Basically making me a bit angry that like 6 people asked for the same thing, when I said he will have the same powers as the real fruit. Also, like in my other Devil Fruit What Ifs, he will not have, well, there will not be Haki and there will not be Sea Stone. This one, compared to the other two, is a bit less, dangerous to not have that. Like, for the String Fruit as well, it's not that much. But, yeah. So, last thing is Deku's stamina. Like I said, he can go 3 hours if he goes at, well, full on. But I basically went back and rethink about it, and with the huge amount of training he did, and his body basically adapting to be able to fight longer, stronger, and basically that, 3 hours is basically short for the amount of training he did. Mostly with the power he has. So I'm going to augment it to 5 hours, but not more than that for now. Don't worry, it's going to increase. So yeah, basically the only weakness he found about his power is literally water. But basically what him and others are thinking about it is, well, his flames, basically. They're just thinking that's the problem. But yeah, so let's go for part 1. Deku arrives at the entrance exam. He goes inside with Bakugo. Both of them are basically friends, so they kind of just go. All Might isn't there, since just like in the original. In this one, Deku doesn't fall. Actually, even if he would just grow his wings pretty freaking fast and just kind of swap. Because just like every Zoan, they can basically switch from one point to another in, well, 1 to 5 seconds, which is pretty freaking fast. So, yeah, so for the written part of the exam, we're talking about Deku here. So, yeah, he still does a pretty high score. So yeah, that kind of happens the same. So after that, we go to the assembly. Um, Ida basically only stops President Mike above the 0 pointer. He explains, then everyone goes to the city. And there is basically where it starts changing for that place. Firstly, Ochako. He sees that she's stressing immensely. Basically, all he's thinking, because he does have increased hearing, not that much, but basically enough to be higher than that of a normal human. Because animals have extremely good senses compared to us humans. Like birds in itself have a way better smell. Wait, no, not smell. Well, vision, I mean. Smell is for dog mostly. Well, dogs and cats. But yeah, birds have good visions, hearing, and basically, thanks to that, he can hear her muttering a bit, basically trying to pump herself up, not muttering in the same way that he does in the original timeline. So, he basically goes to her. Remember, he's faster than Ida as well. So yeah, later that's going to come in something. Basically, Ida didn't see him until he was basically next to her. Ida started going towards Deku, and Deku basically just arrived and told her, "Calm down, everything's going to be fine." Which she basically jumped a bit because, well, Deku just talked to her while she had her back turned. She basically said that if she needed any help, she can just call him. He's going to come. She kind of smiles and says that, thank you. A bit stressed because, what? Ida arrives and tells him that it's bad to bother people, mostly during the exam. So, Ida basically tells Deku to move away from her, that he's going to take her concentration away, which I'm going to have to pause for a second. Be right back. Okay, yes, sorry about that. Someone wanted to talk to me. Yeah, so what you're looking at right now is basically just part of the emulator that I use. It's basically for cheats. I'm probably going to use some later, but yeah, not right now. No. But yeah, so where was I? Oh yeah, Ira basically telling Deku that bothering people was bad, and blah blah blah. So Deku basically just looked at Ochako and told her that if she needed any help, just to scream Deku. He would come. Basically, what she took it as is basically what she told Deku after, well, when she called him Deku after hearing Bakugo. Basically, her meaning instead of the worst or something like that. And basically, she just thought that he was basically talking that he was the best. And then he just said, also, that's a nickname, and basically just left. Hearing that it was a nickname, she just thought, wait, so it comes from someone else? Huh. And then Bakugo, Ida tried to just tell her that everything's going to be okay. He's not going to bother her anymore, and she just basically left without even looking at him. Making Ida think, what did I do to upset her? Basically not getting that actually nobody was upsetting her. Actually, Deku was even kind of able to calm her, making her quite okay now. So Ida was basically the one bothering people by that point. Literally for everyone else, it just looked as if Deku went to talk and calm her, while Ida just kind of arrived and just started screaming at her. Well, at them. Making it quite obvious that, yeah, no, he was kind of the one bothering people. So, after a small amount of time, President Mike started saying that they were going to start soon, and they could move back to the complete back of everyone, which everyone kind of didn't react that much to it because most people weren't actually looking at that. But two people noticed, which were Ochako and Ida. Ida basically thinking that he's planning something, as if he was a bad guy, while Ochako thought he was basically trying to give people a chance, because with a nickname like that, he must have earned it. So, in reality, what was happening was that Deku decided that he would go in his half form and basically zoom past everyone, basically without actually hurting them at the first time he starts flying, by being in the complete back. So yes, trying to help people not get hurt, so still helping. And so Deku basically, when President Mike started counting 3, he basically turned, well, he didn't really go in his halfway form, but basically he turned his arms into wings and his 2 feet into talons. Then people heard 2. Then there was a bright light behind everyone. Everyone started to turn around because what was that blue light? Everyone just saw 2 bright fire basically around him. 1, Deku lifted them up and got ready. Everyone tried to move out of the way. Ochako saw that and was like, whoa. Ida was just asking himself, what is that? And then Prison Mike said 0. The doors opened, and everyone just felt a big gush of wind. and he was gone. Everyone basically felt just the wind passing right next to them, basically going straight for in the city. Everyone turned around, and the robots basically that were in front of the door were already all in pieces. They just saw Deku on the other side basically turning his wings back into his arms and just starting to hit the robots physically with his normal body and basically destroying them. Using his talons to basically destroy them quite easily. With his fist, he was basically breaking them and then sending them away. Um, Basically, after a while, everyone was kind of looking for more points. Like, after like 10 seconds, they just kind of realized that, oh shit, we have to go. So they started. Deku was just thinking of destroying the robots. Don't think of anything else. And I got a great idea doing that. I'm going to die. Yeah, sorry about that. Um, Deku looks back and basically sees that everyone's trying to get points. Yes, sorry about that. Okay, so Deku kind of realized that everyone was trying to get to the robots that were just arriving. He looked at all of the robots he was about to destroy, and he kind of just decided to go further in the city and basically just break those that were completely far away, and basically start from the complete opposite of the city, break every robot while coming back, and basically do it like that. Everyone just saw him leave. Ida basically just decided to start going at it because if he comes back, everyone's doomed. And basically, he just started, um, well, destroying every robot farther away. Right now, he's not even close to anyone, so compared to my other, he's not actually helping really that much. Not because he doesn't want to, more because he basically just thinks that it should be okay for everyone. And by the time that 8 minutes has passed, thanks to his speed, he basically broke every robot in the entire city, except around 30 that are still in front of every other contestants. Everyone still has about the same amount of points that in the anime, except Deku that basically has almost 600 points, with even the heroes basically asking themselves, how the hell did he get that strong? Um, he came back basically when, after 8 minutes in the count, yeah, after 8 minutes were passed on the clock, so 2 minutes left, 1 minute before the zero pointer. But basically, he just looked at everyone. People started breaking the 30 last robots, and Nezu basically looked at everyone and said, I think we'll have to unleash the zero pointer earlier this time. This boy is quite impressive, don't don't you think? With everyone just kind of nodding, because his power, just in pure physical strength, is great. But his speed, um, his defense, and everyone just looks, well, everyone that could just looked at his um, papers, basically looking at, for the quirk that he has, which they all say that it's Healing Flame of the Phoenix. Basically, the name someone gave to him that someone else had. And basically, under the description, flames that can heal himself or others, more powerful on himself. He can transform partially or fully into a phoenix, well, a giant bird basically that is covered in those flames. Strength increases extremely fast, as well as speed, stamina, and everything else. And they're all just looking at that, and then just under it, it basically is literally written weakness, water. And all of them are just thinking, like, wait, water? With that powerful quirk? You just need water to stop him. Which everyone doesn't get, that it's basically the water needs to be, well, in great quantity, basically more than the body of the user. Well, basically he needs to be submerged partially in it, and the water needs to be still, so moving water doesn't work. like a river, let's say, that has a lot of currents. The water is moving. He's not really. He's affected, yes, but not as much as, let's say, just a bath, if he is at the same amount of water on him. So, Deku just kind of, well, literally, he just looks at everyone. When the 30 last robots are done, everyone's just waiting for more robots. And Deku decides that he's going to go help some people, basically heal them, help them with injuries and stuff like that. Which basically he just arrives down to near someone. Everyone looks at him. Ada's basically starting to go towards him to basically say that he's still going to mess with someone. And then Deku basically asks him if he's okay. The person says that he's a bit hurt, but everything should be okay. He thinks he has enough points. And then Deku just basically puts his hand on him and basically puts his blue flames. Everyone kind of freaks out a bit until Deku basically takes off his hand. The flames leave with him, the person is fully okay, and then he asks how he feels. Everyone basically just listens, and the guy says that he's okay. He feels perfectly fine. With Deku explaining that he can heal people with his flames, and that he can't actually burn with them. And then screams to everyone that if they need healing, well, to heal, just come to him, he's going to help them. With basically everyone that were hurt, basically getting to Deku. Ochako basically thinks, okay, so that's what he meant by if you need any help, just call me. So after about a minute, when the Zero Predator gets unleashed, everyone kind of freaks out. Ochako's not stuck on the rubble this time, because first, she wasn't that far in, since, well, there wasn't any robots left for her to go there. And Deku was basically at a single place, basically telling everyone to come so that he can heal them, giving him from 3 to 8 points for each people, and basically he healed like 30, giving him a huge amount of points just from that. So yeah, basically add like over 100 points to what he had, which was over 600. So we can put at least 700 points for him. When the Zero Pointer got unleashed, Ochako said that they should go, and Deku basically told her that it's all going to be fine. And basically just transforms his wing and says he's going to be right back, and basically just goes straight for it. Bakugo in his city basically decided to destroy it as well, thanks to his explosions and One for All. But Deku made a lot less of a mess. Basically, he turned his talons, flew up as high as he, well, basically pretty high, and basically started going down, picking up speed, even more than what he already has, and basically rammed into the robots with his talons, basically ripping a hole through it, basically straight through the head, putting it out, making it out of service. Everyone just saw the huge power behind that. Ida mostly saw the speed. He already knew Deku was fast just from him basically disappearing when arriving, well, when President Mike said go. So he basically just kind of went back to everyone, and everyone was basically cheering him on because of the power he showed. After that, um, it ended. Nezu said, well, President Mike said it's over. Everyone started leaving. Nobody was hurt, and basically, while leaving, Recovery Girl basically just came in front of Deku, who was walking with Ochako because she was telling him how cool, well, that was. And Recovery Girl basically told him that it was a nice thing for him to heal everyone. It took away some of her job, but it's nice to see people helping. Which Deku basically laughed nervously, saying that he was just helping people that were in need, with her saying that she isn't mad, she's actually happy that someone does that. And then tells him that, well, to get closer, and she basically tells him that he had the most points that she've ever seen. Not even All Might had that much. Which Deku kind of just said, wait, what? And then she put her finger over her mouth and said, don't tell it to anyone. And basically started leaving. Ochako asked Deku what she told him. And he basically said that to her in her ears to not say it to anyone, but that she just said that I had a better score than All Might, making Ochako basically have a dumbfounded face. Later they left, Bakugo got back with Deku. While they were going back home, Deku told him what he was told. He basically had his jaw fall on the ground practically. Every hero were basically talking about that kid, how his power is super powerful, but that because of the weakness that is basically written on, that should be the first thing they should try to basically get better to him, since they basically don't really have anything to well, upgrade on him in terms of strength. So they wait a while, Deku gets his letter, it's All Might, and All Might basically tells him that he had the biggest score of the UA. Actually, nobody else ever got a score that high, not even me. You're going to be a fine hero, even if we count your power alone, and don't count your strength, your quirk. Your strength is massive. It could have overpowered any of those robots easily. The zero-pointer would have been problematic, but I'm sure you would have been able to do something about it. Then All Might tells him the amount of points he had, which let's just say it was about, because all I wrote was over 700. Let's just say 763, something like that. And said that this score may never be, well, overdone. Like, this score is probably the highest score anyone's ever going to get in UA history. So, to be proud of that. Bakugo, basically, when he got his letter, was told that he had the highest, second highest score. he saw Izuku and basically was like, oh, come on. He got that much? Because 700 points is pretty high when he only got around 200, something like that. Making him quite powerful, but nowhere near Izuku. So, hope you liked it. Leave a like if you did. If you have any questions or anything to say, leave them in the comment sections. I'm going to ask one thing though, right now. It's about the game. There are cheats. If you want me to make a video where I show every cheat I could put on, for you to tell me what you want me to put, tell me in the comment section. I'm going to try to do that later today or tomorrow. If you don't want one and you just want the game normal, without any cheats, just tell me as well. To be honest, I don't really care. I've done the game like 4 or 5 times, so it's just to add some spiciness. I would be ready to do a Nuzlocke, but that wouldn't really be easy to do while doing a video about a what if, where most of the time it's like I read my script and notes right before doing my videos. I keep my notes next to me so that when I need to remember something, I can just read it. That's why I actually look for stuff and not just kind of go back a few lines. It's literally because I go from memory, and when I forget something, I look at it. So yeah, if you want any cheat, just tell me, and I'm going to do a video about that. Lastly, I'm going to put my Discord in the comment section, in the description. Come and join us, it's quite fun there. There's always a minimum of 1 person there, so there's always someone to talk to if you want to. And you can ask me questions about different what ifs. Sometimes I ask questions about what ifs you want to see there, so you can answer me. If you ask a questions, you're pretty much sure at like 98% of getting an answer from me or someone else, so it's quite fun and quite useful. So yeah, hope you liked it. Natsu, out.